So I'm on the screen twice because my audio went out on my desktop. So I have my phone for my audio and my desktop for the slides. So it should be interesting tonight.
Good.
All right.
Okay,
So,
I started recording, so.
all right,
Go,
I'm going to
girl,
screen
go.
here now.
Go.
I'm going. You don't want to see that. Oh, it's behind there. How do I get it to change? There it goes. Okay. All right. Susan, you're the only one with us, so we're going to zoom right through this. Sound good? All right. She's like, let's get this done with. All right. So here's week 3. Tonight we're going to talk about coaching your host to have the biggest and best shows possible. Like we talked about, it's important to do enough shows to get in front of enough people, live or virtually, to be able to share the business opportunity so you can add new team members. So if you're doing a show, wouldn't it be better to have 20 to 25 people there instead of 3? So here we go. Is that really? Okay, hold on. I think I'm on someone else's call.
Announcement. You should have all seen this last week. This is what your new home screen looks like. It has gone to a mobile friendly.
That's really weird. Is anybody else hearing any other feedback?
Yes.
That's really, really weird.
It went away when Kendra muted, so I don't know what the deal is.
Ah, so it's Kendra. Okay, maybe I was
It's
like,
totally me. I'll mute.
perfect. Okay, so we'll keep going. Who has had success in contacting new leads over the past week? So since it's just you, Susan, how have you done, and have you added more shows, 8 shows for April, and maybe you're done with April. Are you at May?
I actually added one more for April, but it's a booking from the show that just started. So I'm going to kind of have them overlapping a little bit, but it's one from the other. So
that's okay, though. She'll know when she's ready to start. That's awesome. So just a reminder, keep tracking your contacts. You don't want little slips of paper all over your house and not be able to find the contact info for a potential host or potential recruit. So you have to figure out what's working best for you. Remember, successful consultants do 3-2-1 consistently. That means making 3 contacts per day, 2 shows per week, and signing 1 new consultant per month. What's one great idea you got from your homework recording? Make it a network. You have one quick thing, Susan?
I didn't get that done, so I plan on doing it tomorrow while I'm working.
Sounds good. Well, we'll get you caught up, and you'll be ready to get caught up with tonight's as well.
Okay.
So you're at a cooking show and you get a booking during full service checkout. It's important to spend just a couple of minutes locking in that booking and getting your host excited. Here are some things you should ask your new host that just booked a show. And they're here on the slide. What did you love about the party tonight? What's at the top of your wish list? Those are really important things. Send me your guest list within 48 hours. You have to figure out what works for you. Some people send invites for their hosts and some don't, but you want to stay consistent. Here are some words that work in talking with your newly booked host. Hey Karen, I'm so excited about your party on April 26th. So tell me, what did you enjoy most about your party or about the party? And you wait for a response. Great. What products are you most excited about getting? You'll love those. Our goal is to have 15 guests at the party, so that the most important thing you can do is call your guests right away tomorrow morning, or when you get home from work. Remember, only about a third of those people will call you to be able to come, and you'll want to reach out to at least 40 people. How does that sound? It really engages them and gets them excited. It's common for a host to say, but I don't know 40 people. So what can you do to get her on the right track? You can help her brainstorm. You may need to do this in your 24-hour follow-up call. Some ways to help her come up with her list are doing 40 guests in 4 minutes, which has categories much like our launch list in my recipe for success that came in your new consultant kit. It will get your host to thinking about people other than just her family and closest friends. Also, tell your host it's not just who you know, but who your friends know that can make your party a success. I've given a small gift with when guests bring an adult friend to the show, usually like an old season's best. I've also used a host scavenger hunt, much like 40 guests in 4 minutes, but it has a long list of possible people to invite, which helps to target guests I'm looking for, like potential recruits, potential hosts, people who live in certain areas of town where I'd like to have a party at, etc. We'll attach that document in our group as well. This host, Tic-Tac-Toe, is one of the top seller Katie Hochstelter uses. Notice she has the free space at the top instead of the usual placement in the middle. She did this for an important reason. You want to make sure that all the hosts have 2 bookings and 15 buying guests at the party. Placement in the middle space gives the host lots of opportunities to fill in a row, so I wouldn't alter that. Since no box can be used more than once, the maximum you give your host is an additional $30 in free products. And it won't cost you that much since you'll have the host discount and your commission to offset your cost. Here's a tweak on Katie's Tic-Tac-Toe, where hosts that sign up as a new consultant automatically get $30 more in free. It would be way worth that small amount to get an awesome new recruit, right? Here are some of the ideas I have on my host scavenger hunt, and we'll attach this in our director bound page as well. Look at how it would help your business if the host has a baker's dozen of these categories coming into your show. It's a lot of different people there, guys. Give your host the words to use to invite guests. I love for them to talk me up and say, you've got to come and see this consultant. She's a great show. Hosts need to invite guests in several different ways, or do what we call layering the invitations. Some people answer their phones, but many do not, if they don't recognize the number coming through. Some people prefer text or Facebook messages. And how much fun is it to receive regular snail mail that is not junk mail or bills? I know I like snail mail. So tell hosts that they need to invite guests in multiple ways. Call them first, and if they don't answer, leave a fun message, and then text or email them a message to tell them that you left a voice message. That's really important. That's something I've been doing a lot, and it really engages them more. A lot of the hosts set up a Facebook event, but if this is the only way they invite the guests, it's almost the kiss of death for your party. It's imperative that they also text or message guests to tell them to check their events, as many people don't receive notifications about events they've been invited to, or they see so many that they don't get personal invites to that they just blow it off. For mailed invitations, you may use postcard invitations that come in the starter kit. I love sending out the current mini catalog. I place a 3rd sheet of invitation on brightly colored paper, like a sticky note or something, that gives them the details about the show, as well as the link to order if they can't attend. And have you ever used Canva? We used to use Red Stamp, but they're actually, I don't know when that's going to be gone, but it's going to be gone soon. So Canva is a good replacement. You can set up a pretty and fun invitation for your host, like save the date style, that they can email, text, or post on Facebook. Doing all of these things sets you and your host up for the best possible outcome for their party. Here are some examples of Canva and Pampered Chef's invites that you can get. The Pampered Chef invite is under Market Imagery, and you can totally use Canva to add the fun things to it for the invitation details. And then the one on the right is something made up by Canva. So fun to use. When your new host books the show, be sure to tell her that you'll need that guest list really quickly so you can lock in her show. Or you might even say to register it on your website. If you've ever had a show canceled, the most common reason is that the host hasn't even sent her invitations. So take control of your business and send them yourself. This is probably the #1 thing that people have done to make their business more solid. When you call your host to see how the show is looking and she says, "Oh, I've been meaning to call you," then you know the news isn't good, and you can translate that as, "I didn't send my invitations, so I need to reschedule." You can have your host send the guest list in whatever format works best for you. There's a template for asking the host to complete mailing labels on the RPC website, and you can have your host add the addresses as well as emails on the guest list on the host dashboard. You can print labels from there too. You can have her send you an Excel spreadsheet or just an email or text, whatever works for you. There's a great service called Margo that will send out postcards, emails, and text, and all the host has to do is enter contact information for each guest, The cost is about $10 a month, which is tax deductible as well. But the cost of postage, and that if you choose to have them mail postcards, you'll make way more money than this when your show totals go up from using it. Trust me, for me, however I can get the list, I'll take it. It's a good idea to share with your host why it's so important to send the guest list quickly. We know that mailing out invitation results in a better show, including more people attending, bigger orders, more people who bring a guest, outside orders from those who can't attend, and more. Think about how excited you will be when they see our newest, or when they'll be when they see our newest mini catalog and the newest products. That's a $1,000 show right there. It's a great idea to personally thank your new host quickly, like the next morning, by placing a personal call to thank her, or to mail a handwritten note. Remember, we're in a relationship business. Make your host feel important, and she will be less likely to cancel. And you might want to include a letter in your host packet that tell your host that while your business looks fun and is definitely fun, your shows help to pay your monthly expenses. So a canceled show means a night that you're not able to work. Refresh your host's memory about the guest list that you need. Here are some words to say. Remember that the most important thing for you to do right now is to create your guest list. I'd love to have that back in the next 48 hours so I can send a mini catalog to everyone on your list. That helps get orders from those who can't come. I lost my spot. You want to refresh your host's memory about the guest list that you need, and those are the words I just mentioned. Remind your host of the goal to invite at least 40 and to get at least 15 there. You might even want to offer an extra incentive for having 15 guests in attendance, or 12 or 20, whatever number you choose that works for your goals. Some consultants tell hosts that they will make one main dish for the party, but that when she has 15 in attendance, she will also make a chocolate lava cake for dessert. Food will get them there, and hosts will work hard to make sure they have 15 people there. You can also offer an extra free product if you have on hand, or extra host dollars as an incentive. Be sure you always offer the business opportunity to all hosts, cooking and virtual. Here are some words that will work. Oh, I went too fast on that one. Here are some additional tips for host coaching for cooking shows. Be sure you talk with your host about attendance and your goal for how many will attend. Tell them the importance of getting outside orders from those who can't attend. Have hosts tell guests to bring an adult friend who is not invited. You can offer a small gift like a season's best. Also, ask the host to invite people who maybe need some extra money or might enjoy being a consultant. And don't forget to offer the opportunity to every host. For virtual parties, our host is to make sure at least 30 people indicate that they're going on a Facebook party. That means that 50 to 20 will actually join in on the event. Also tell hosts to work on collecting outside orders from those who don't use Facebook or who prefer to look at a catalog. It's a good idea to still mail the host a packet to those virtual. Tell guests to invite friends to the event. Again, offer the business opportunity to every single host. Many of them may be interested, but they're scared to say something to you, so you have to ask them. Be sure to post about placing orders as well as booking a virtual party or a cooking party, bridal shower, etc., and the opportunity. There are some great ideas for effective virtual host coaching on the Facebook groups, also in the new training on PCU. One of the best is the create a host with the most or hostess with the mostest group and coach all of your hosts that month at the same time. This is especially great if you're doing multiple parties at the exact same time. I try to do 4 to 5 running concurrently when I can. And you can let your host compete for a prize for the host with bigger sales or the most bookings or both. Here are some posts on the next few slides that I really like to use in virtual parties. Text with your post should ask guests to invite friends to join the event. You can offer points or a small gift. I only give a gift if they invite a guest who orders on the party, but it's up to you. The chat with me about the opportunity is strategically placed in the middle so so they will pretty much have to do it if they want to get lots of tic-tac-toes. Here's an idea if you need bookings fast. Yes, it will cost you $15.50 less your commission, but you'll be making at least $40 on that show, and hopefully it will get your business going in a different direction with more bookings from that party. Here's a great picture to post in your Hostess with the Mostess groups, or to text or email your virtual host. Here's a different one. It's very professional looking. Again, a great banner for your host coaching Facebook groups. This one helps to reinforce the importance of attendance. There are a couple of different sets of posts on the Facebook virtual groups that have host tips for each day. Usually there are 10 posts, so that works for shows that run 10 days or less. Our new virtual party packs say 5 days or less, but you can still use these. These work really well to send to your host, like Facebook Messenger or text. Here's a different version of the same thing for a host coaching post. And don't forget, we want you to, don't forget your goal to promote by, some of it's different. I don't know what Nikki's is, but Susan's June 1st, Jackie's July 1st, etc. So we'll all be working to help each other promote you guys to director. So super exciting. I went through that really fast, Susan. Hopefully you grabbed it all. If you need a slide, let me know, and I can definitely send it to you. But here is our week's call to action. You'll practice what you'll say to your host as soon as they book a party. And that way you'll be ready to roll. Make a 24-hour call. They call it the Big Mac call, morning after call, to thank your host and set it in stone. Make 15 contacts this week outside of parties. Do a power hour where you spend an hour on your business every day. You don't have a live show. Focus on bookings and recruit leads. That hour, remember, you can break it down to 15-minute chunks when you need to. Then you're going to want to listen to the recording on PCU, Make It Impactful with Laura Antokol and Diana Feller, and that's under Consultant Corner. And I'll post this for you too, Susan. So let's maintain that razor-sharp focus to move your business forward this week. And we'll be celebrating your director promotion really soon. Remember, it's very doable to promote during the months of June and July, so we'll get you there. And then don't forget about our challenge. The PC Dollars and Cash bonus will be paid by your director when you achieve these levels in sales, recruiting, and promotion to director. So I hope you grabbed everything. That was really fast. And guess what, ladies? We made it. Like, we didn't get cut off this week. Yay! I'm pretty sure I read through that in, like, I don't know. How long was it, Lori?
I won't know until I stop the recording, but I think they should all be able to keep up, and I'll get it posted.
Yeah, and they can always pause it too. So
yeah, exactly.
Susan, do you have any questions? No? Good to go? We'll check up this week sometime. Sound good. All right. I think we're good to go.
All righty.
Thanks, ladies.
Thanks, girls.
Have a good rest of your week.
You too.
Bye, ladies.